Hi everyone, it's James here from Pro Tools Expert. Welcome to another gear review. This time we're looking at this baby. This is the Antelope Audio Zen Studio Plus. The Plus meaning they've taken the original Zen Studio concept and kind of given it a brush off, souped it up a little bit, changed a few things and given us some more features. First of all, the red has gone. The red box was quite bold and quite bright, should we say. It's gone, been replaced by this lovely kind of silk matte finish with the red logo on top. Very sexy. Also on the front, we have the addition of these. These are the reamp outputs, meaning that any guitarists out there who've got real guitar amps, who've recorded a dry DI signal, can now get out into the real world for real world guitar effects, amps, processors, all that sort of loveliness. Now, where things get very interesting is around the back with the addition of one little port, that being Thunderbolt. Meaning that now this baby is USB and Thunderbolt equipped. So Windows users can use the USB 2 port for up to 24 channels of I/O. And the Mac users out there, of which I am still one, believe it or not, have the choice of both. We can have 24 channels over USB or 32 channels over Thunderbolt. Now, Antelope, at this point, sort it out. Windows drivers and Windows drivers for Thunderbolt, please. Proper ones that work. Thank you. Enough said. Other than that, it is business as usual. Now, my only current, if you like, worry with the guys at Antelope is they're making some amazing boxes and there's a lot of crossover. Once again, we're getting 12 amazing sounding mic pre's in this baby. 12 mic pre's, 4 on the front, 8 on the back. We've got line I/O with combi jacks on each one. We've also got 8 channels of line I/O over a 25-pin D-sub. We've got 8 channels of output over a 25-pin D-sub. We've got monitor outs. We've got SP diff around the back. We've got ADAT optical on the end, 16 channels of that. Word clock I/O, SP diff, I've said that already. This thing is totally loaded. We've even got inserts on the first 2 preamp channels. This thing is seriously well loaded. You then start talking about the FPGA effects, the built-in effects that come with the system. We're going to be using some of those in the recording. It is a seriously well-packed box. The only thing I would say is, so is the Zen Tour. So is the Orion Studio and the Orion Studio Plus, the new updated for 2017 version. There is a lot of crossover in their product line at the moment. I think it comes down to, do you want a handle, do you want rack ears, or do you want it kind of desktop mounted? Now, if that is the only variation, then I'm happy with that. But it's all a bit close. This is not me having a go at Antelope Audio in any way, shape or form. Good grief, no. I put my hand in my pocket just recently to get myself my own Orion 32 HD, which I reviewed just before the NAMM show back in January. Their stuff is knocking it out of the park at the moment, and long may they continue to do so. So, the track. There's always a track. What have we done? We've built a kind of it started out as a kind of a Latin thing, then went kind of Latin rock, and then we put some acoustic guitar with it. It's a very cool sounding little track. Really happy with it. Several things jumped out at me, first of all. One, the drum sound out of the box, just through the mic pre's, sounds wicked. It sounds really big and fat. The kick drum sounds awesome. Snare's a little boxy, maybe that could be the tuning, but it's a really nice stereo image. It sounds awesome. The bass was recorded using just the FPGA effects. We've used one of the built-in black face kind of Fender style amps, cabinet simulation turned off, a nice big 1176 style compressor, some API style EQ. Really, really nice sounding for the bass. The guitar itself, the rhythm guitar part, which was a Fender Strat. Again, I think we used the same settings as the bass, but just kicked the cabinet simulation on with a ribbon mic, a kind of Royer style ribbon mic, and an AKG style condenser. Again, sounds really nice. I don't necessarily think that the effects sound like the real thing, or you couldn't necessarily say it's a Fender sounding amp or anything like that, but they do sound really good and they are very, very usable. The big surprise for me was actually the acoustic guitar track, which just popped out and sounded absolutely fantastic. We kind of wrote the track on acoustic guitar, dropped it, and then went, hang on, the lead line for this would sound great on acoustic. We chose to use an Audio-Technica 4081 sort of ribbon microphone. Sounds wicked, really, really nice. The combination of that and the Antelope mic pre's, clearly in this case, sometimes you just get that moment of genius. When it comes to the mix, I won't be touching it. It sounds great. Mix-wise, what you're going to hear is the unprocessed tracks, a bit of reverb, and of course, anywhere where the guitar effects were committed to tape, you're going to hear those. But other than that, a bit of reverb and just the natural sound of the instruments going through the pre's. Now, where things always get both cool, slightly confusing, and just incredibly flexible is the amazing Antelope control panel with the kind of the routing matrix and all the goodies that are thrown in there. This is how you access the FPGA effects and how you get to the real power of this unit. Of course, the unit itself is a control center in itself. You've got all the normal goodies, buttons, dials, stuff that you're used to with the original Zen Studio and now with the Zen Studio Plus. But that control panel is, I think, the key to Antelope's success. 4 different mixes, the built-in reverb and all the FPGA effects sound great. What else is there to say other than another knocking it out of the park moment for the guys at Antelope? Great job. I am kind of worried there's an awful lot of crossover with the newer stuff and some of the, I won't use the term older stuff, maybe sort of unrefreshed stuff. But hey, if that gets people into the Antelope market who just need USB rather than Thunderbolt as well, then more power to their elbow. So to the track, hope you enjoy it. It's drums, the normal kind of kit and caboodle of drums, bass through the FPGA effects, 2 guitars, acoustic guitar with the real life microphone, a real world recording if you will. So shameless plug time. All the tracks that you hear on tutorials and on demos and reviews and things like that will very soon be available for you to listen to, and if you choose to buy on the wonder of iTunes. More on that soon, but for now, enjoy the track that was purely created using the Zen Studio from the guys at Antelope Audio. But for now, my name's James Ivey, and we will see you again soon for some more Gear Talk.